Welcome back to the Antique FANatic. It's cold outside. So tonight, we're going to talk about something warm that's in our collection. Well, maybe if it works. A super cool space age atomic era space heater. Let's head out to the shop and see what we can get into. While early space heaters date back to the 1890s, such as this one, the one we have for you today is a Kenmore that dates from around the late 1950s, was sold by Sears. Years ago, I went to an auction where I saw one of these for the first time. But for some reason, I couldn't stay all day. I had to leave. But I've never forgot those cool MCM lines. Fast forward a couple of years, we were at a flea market. And as I rounded a corner, I couldn't believe it. There it was, calling out to me. Price was right, so it found its way home with me. Kenmore, just like all other Sears trademarks, were actually manufactured by other companies with their branding put on them. This one's no different. However, in doing research, I still can't find conclusive evidence of who made this heater. I have a strong leaning toward Arvin Manufacturing, just because they made a lot of Kenmore space heaters. But I can't find any documentation or any Arvin heaters that look like this. But that's just where we're at with it. We're going to call that today. So let's get into this one. As you can see, this one is super dirty inside. So before we put power to it, we're going to get in there and clean it so we don't blow the house up. Okay, we're out in the shop. Now we're going to try to take these grills off and then maybe get up in here and take one of these sides off and just take a look at the inside of this heater and see if it's safe to put the juice to. The elements inside there, I don't know if you can see them very well, but they're wrapped in nichrome resistance wire, and they all look like they're in good shape, but there's a lot of debris, so we're going to try to clean it up real quick. Okay, so that's what I thought. This is a forced air heater. You got your little fan in here. So just wanted to give you a glimpse inside real quick. There's one on the other side, and yeah, it's a shaft that goes all the way through the motor and has a blade on the other side. So yeah, it's forcing air up through these little channels, or pulling it in, I don't know, or blowing it out over here. Not quite sure which way it's going, but anyway, it is a forced air heater. Okay, so one of the things missing on these heaters often, there was at one time feet on here, but they have since gone away. So we're going to dust off the 3D printer and see if we can brush up on our 3D modeling skills and take some measurements and make something to go on here. So stay tuned, see what we can do making shoes for the heater. Here's the heater, all cleaned up, and got new shoes, so that's great. Worked out pretty well. So let's switch it on, make sure it actually works. Oh, there comes some debris that we missed. Flying out. As you can see, the nichrome is lit up. And it's kicking heat out very nicely. I don't recommend daily use of old heaters. I just want to go on record. Just be very careful. But it is running. We hope you've enjoyed this video about a Kenmore space heater from the 50s. And we really appreciate you stopping by the Antique FANatic, learning yet another of history's little lessons about things that are commonly overlooked. We hope you have a good evening, and we'll see you next time.